I guess the wider question here is whether you can end the animosity, solve the crisis without solving Gaza at the heart of it. Our Foreign Secretary David Cameron, you'll know, suggested last week the UK could recognise a Palestinian state after a ceasefire. Is he right?
He's absolutely wrong. He is adopting Yasser Arafat's approach in 1988, 89, and 90 to have, quote unquote, Palestine declared a state by the United Nations by being admitted to UN agencies. We're not talking about recognizing a state of mind here. A state has to have certain things like a capital, a defined territory, a functioning government, none of which exist for the hypothetical state of Palestine. So Yasser Arafat was wrong. David Cameron's wrong. The Biden administration is wrong. And the central issue here, the cause, the root cause, is not Gaza, it's Iran. It's the mullahs in Tehran.
I guess one of the questions that will haunt this whole period now going into the election is whether military intervention is actually making a Trump victory more likely. We know that Trump's supporters often cite the notion that he is keeping them, as they see it, out of foreign wars.
Well, it may be. Certainly, a Trump victory would not be in the best interest of the United States. I've been doing what I could to help prevent it. But the reason this would redound to Biden's detriment is not what Trump supporters think. It's the massive split within the Democratic Party, the enormous upwelling of anti-Israel sentiment, particularly among young people, which Biden will rely on heavily in November. I think it caught the administration and much of the Democratic Party by surprise, but they're more worried about defections from the left wing of their party as affecting the election than from the Trump supporters.
But I guess you're still playing into Trump's hands by putting America in a place where it is militarily involved. There will be many people who say Trump's the guy, he was the guy that kept us out of the foreign wars.
Well, then there are a lot of contradictions in the Trump position, and what he will say or do about what's happening in the Middle East now, we don't know. But what I can tell you is what the national security interest of the United States requires, in my view, and that means the president should override temporary political concerns. I think actually if Biden showed more leadership, he would have a better chance of being reelected than this hesitant, feckless approach he's taken since October the 7th.
The News Agents USA.